Adam Gorney, National Signing Day coverage continues with Iowa's Chief of Staff and General Manager, Tyler Barnes. And Tyler, that's a big title and stuff. Every school, it seems to change in terms of what that means and responsibilities. And we don't have all day, but in a nutshell, like, what is your day-to-day and what happens?
Yeah, that's kind of a loaded question. Kind of depends on the time of the year. Roster management for sure. I feel like the last 6-7 months I've spent 3 to 4 hours a day just staring at spreadsheets, trying to figure out how we're going to divvy up how we pay our roster with rev share coming up here in July. But still do, a good amount of evaluation. Like to still do as much of evaluation as I can. We're lucky we've got a pretty good staff here. We've got a couple of young guys that do a really good job kind of weeding out and getting the guys to my desk that I really need to watch and kind of put a stamp on. The portal, obviously the portal is taking on a whole new meaning, whole new world recently. So very, very heavily involved in the evaluation there, and just kind of talking to the families, agents, whoever it may be that are involved with these kids and the third parties there. This is actually kind of a nice time of year, dead period. You get off the road for a little bit. You get to breathe a little bit. Guys are in the building, recruiting has stopped for a little bit. So this is part of the year you kind of enjoy. You get to reconnect with the guys and see how they're moving around and what they're doing in the building. So it's just, man, it's seasonal. It kind of depends on what time of year it is and just everything that we have to take care of. It bounces around a little bit.
Help me understand how you guys evaluate across the board, because, obviously offensive line, very successful over the years. But if you look at the guys in the NFL, there's a ton of linebackers and DNs and everything else. Is the idea to find sort of more lightly recruited guys and get them in and develop them? Or honestly, are we missing on some guys that you think are just better? Or is it really just kind of a system fit?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of everything that's mentioned there. I mean, one, we're a huge multi-sport team. We've signed 16 scholarship guys in this class, added 5 walk-ons, and 17 of those 21 guys are all at least 2 sport athletes. Half of them are 3 sport athletes. We love watching guys play basketball. We love watching guys wrestle. When you get to see what they do on the track, our big guys, we love to see them throw. So we kind of we look at everything and not just the football film. The football film is a piece of it, without a doubt. But what they do and some of the marks they've got in their other sports, we're a big camp team, being able to at least see guys work out live, whether it's at their school, at a satellite camp, or on our campus at campus is a big deal too. And we live in a pretty rural state, right? So we found some guys like Cooper DeJean who nobody really knows about and nobody wants to go dig up. And he was a 4-sport athlete, so he didn't have time to go to some of these camps and showcase his abilities. So, we're lucky that Coach Ferris has been here 26 years. We've got a lot of continuity and stability on our staff. We kind of trust our eyes and our evaluations, and we rely heavily on high school coaches too. We still, the more I've been on the road the last 3 weeks, the more it seems like everybody's just position recruiting. And we do that, but we also have guys that they're heavy in their areas too. And when you're in your areas for a long time, you can really trust and lean into those coaching relationships you have at the high school level. And whether it's a guy you're recruiting at that high school or a rival high school or somewhere in that area, they're going to be honest about guys. And, hey, coach, you should probably go check out this kid. This kid seems like the perfect fit for Iowa. So we're a little old school in what we do, but really we just trust our eyes and our evaluations and kind of what we've always tried to look for.
I wanted to segue into DeJean, who's playing for a Super Bowl this weekend and going up to Ida Grove, Iowa to see him. And he's playing quarterback. And just how do you kind of gauge that athleticism against, honestly, some farm boys that aren't going to be playing Big Ten football? And I would also like to just put on the record that you guys got jobbed against Minnesota in the punt.
Yeah, that's a sore subject.
Right.
Cooper was interesting. Cooper actually came to camp here as a receiver, sophomore year of high school. Did not stand out. He tested pretty solid, but he's a pretty quiet kid. He's very unassuming in every part of his life until he gets on the football field or plays really any sport. And we had him as a walk-on going into his junior year. He was on our board as a walk-on, just a name we needed to track, and had a really good year, won a state title. And kind of like you said, we were just like, he's playing smaller, Class 1A football in Iowa. Can it translate here? And I was on the road that winter and went and saw him play basketball. And it took all of 6 plays in a basketball game where I was like, this kid's different. Just what how he's moving, what he's doing. Like, we'll figure something out. Don't know if he's going to be a safety, corner. You know, at one point he's got big feet. Thought maybe he'd be a will linebacker. Mom and dad are bigger people, so we just figured we need to get him on our team, and we'll figure out where he fits well. I don't think we saw him playing corner his entire career here.
Yeah.
I think anybody'd be lying if we said when we got here, yeah, he's a corner for 3 years. But he's a freaky athlete, and he's super smart. He's competitive. You know, it was fun to have him. It was fun to watch his kind of rise and what he did. You know, after his freshman year, we certainly weren't surprised.
I know you can't talk about it, but the DeJean clan might not be done in Iowa City. We will see about that in coming years, and I'll be happy to be tipped off about that one. Another one, Epenesa. AJ was there, and now bringing his brother. How do you kind of handle the recruitment like that, knowing that they know the program, but also want to feel the love, all that kind of stuff? And what kind of player could he be for you?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit different recruitment. You know, he's the baby of the family. His dad played here. AJ was here. His other brother was on our team. You know, our volleyball team missed on his sister. She probably would have been pretty good here as a volleyball player. But that's one where you don't want to push too hard. But when you really think about it, I mean, Yosei had been here a million times, but he had never had a visit structured towards him in recruiting. It had always been tagging along with his brothers or his dad. His dad's a celebrity in Iowa City and among the Iowa football lore. And the biggest thing was like, hey, when you're ready, let's get you up here and let's have a day for you. And let's show you what you think you know, but some things you probably need to see. And we certainly had help from his dad and from AJ. We actually had to tell AJ to tone it down a little bit, you know, because he was getting mad when he was visiting other schools. And hey, AJ, he's going to find, you know, he's going to find the right place. Hopefully it's us, but if it's not, you know, we get it. But, you know, ultimately it worked out in our favor, obviously. And again, talking about multi-sport athletes, you know, you watch Yosei on the basketball court. He's a freaky guy. You know, he's obviously a really good track athlete. You know, he's a kid he's going to have a chance to come in, and you know, I think he's got a chance. He can play anywhere he wants on the D line and probably excel at it. You know, he's physically and mature for his age, and he's a bigger kid than most coming in. But more than anything, he's a great kid. He's a humble kid. They come from an awesome family. They know everything about Iowa football, what we're about. So it'll be good to get him here. Only wish we could have got him here on campus in January. But he, you know, he's killing it on the hardwood right now in basketball, and then obviously he's gonna have a chance to win a state title or two in track in the spring. So we get it. So we'll get him here in June and get him up and rolling and see what we can get done.
All right, Tyler. Doesn't sound like you're very busy, so we will definitely let you go, man. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it, Adam. Thank you.